Hey there, it's your friend Chris Luck. I'm the creator of Aiville, which is the fastest growing and largest community for people like yourself and me who are learning how to use AI. And right now, the hottest thing in our AI community is everything to do with photo editing, and not just photo editing, but photo editing with the best live photo editor there is out there right now with AI, which is Nano Banana, which is I think a goofy name, but it was actually created by users of this Nano Banana, which is actually a code name for, let's see, let me see if I can get it right. Google Gemini 2.5 Flash Image. So that's a lot to remember. So Google Gemini 2.5 Flash Image or Nano Banana. So that is why I've got my whole office here, and I'm in my home office right now. I think my family's like asleep above me. I've never gone live this late, so I feel like my voice is already kind of like raspy from talking all day, and I feel like I'm in my pajamas. But I was trying to find something that was that was just kind of festive for this theme, Nano Banana, which is photo editing. And this is all I either have a black and yellow hoodie, which I wore yesterday when I just showed what Nano Banana was all about, and then all the things you can do with it. And then when I went back and looked at the recording of that, I thought it was pretty boring. So I'm like, God, what else do I have that's black and yellow? So my family and I, we were into watching Cobra Kai when it came out. So I actually got this Cobra Kai hoodie, and my 13 and 15-year-old daughters thought I was crazy that I was going live on YouTube wearing this. So but this is all I got that is actually festive. So let me see who is all here. If you are here live, just let me know in the chat your name and where you're from so I can feature you and let you and everyone else see you spotlighted on our community here. So again, if you're not familiar with me, I started this YouTube channel about 14 years and 4 months ago. I'm about to say 14 years and 5 months ago, and I've been terrified to actually upload a video and create a video on YouTube because I didn't know what to talk about, and I also didn't really want to go live and have people talk and judge me and all that stuff because I'm a 44-year-old dad, and it's like, what do I talk about? So I kept putting it off, putting it off, and then finally once I built this community for people that love AI and it took off, I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to create this channel and I'm going to teach people just what the hottest thing is out there with AI. Because I'm just myself, I'm on YouTube every day watching people that are creating like these like news channels and stuff. And they're talking about like what's trending every day with AI. And they're very they're very scripted. Like they're reading teleprompters, and they nobody goes live. And I really wanted to be a little more raw and like authentic and genuine, and just go live and talk about what's working. I put together an agenda which we're going to go through today, and we're actually going to get our hands on Nano Banana, and we are going to do live photo editing with AI using Nano Banana. That's going to be really hard to say throughout this whole live stream. So that way if this is going to be something that you want to do or use or not. So let me take a look here at the chat. When you're looking at the direction I'm looking right now, I'm looking at my monitor that has the live chat up. So we have Jessica that is actually outside of where I'm at in St. Louis, Missouri. So thank you for being here, Jessica. And we have Davitt from Dallas, and we've got Wade coming in from San Diego. Good evening to you, Wade. And Jessica, you are correct. Waldo is here on the bottom corner of my office. So Jessica, you've actually won this twice now, and there's somebody else, I can't remember the name, that won it one other time. So for those of you that follow me on my live stream, I've got this little my whole office, by the way, is all things from my childhood, and also just kind of growing up and going through not just childhood, but high school, college, and all that. Things that I like in life, and then brand new things like the Apple Vision Pro and all that. But this little guy, I'm going to keep moving around on every live stream that I do, and every time that someone finds it, the first person to find it, let me know, because I can't reveal what I'm going to actually do for you yet, but there is something new that is coming, and I'm going to give the first person that can find this on each live stream, I'm going to give you free access to what it is that I'm developing. So I'm developing something new that is going to be very exciting and very exciting for all of you. And you're all going to get to use it. But it's kind of like our inside secret thing that we're doing on the live streams. The first person actually notices it. I'm keeping a list of all of you, and you're going to have access to what I'm doing for free. So we have Wendy coming in all the way from Phoenix, and we have Wade coming in from Oceanside, California. Bruce in Tokyo. So this is Bruce, thank you for being here because this is a great example as to why I wanted to try to do these live streams at night because during the day, I'm trying to figure out the best time to go live on this channel. If I should go live at like in the morning, my time, I'm central. Should I go live in the afternoon, early afternoon, late afternoon, evening, or right now, 9 o'clock at night, my time? And I'm just kind of curious where everyone's coming from and to find out which time zone is going to be or time to go live is going to be best for everybody that's kind of out there that's interested in AI and you just want to kind of hang out with me. So I'm seeing a lot of new names coming in, which is good. So we have Joe from Idaho. We have Meg all the way from Australia again. And I love that the name of your channel is Banana Passion because you're in the right place at the perfect time. We've got Kurt coming in from Iowa and Michael coming from Colorado. We have Praveen coming from India, Maui. So we have a lot of familiar faces. And what's up, Wally? I was wondering who Banana Passion was. So thank you for letting me know. Lester Beach. So we have you coming in from all over in Colombia. We have another Sydney, Australia. So, and thank you, Wendy, for sharing the video yesterday. I will get to that also because, you know what? I'll start off since this is my channel. I'll go ahead and just start off and I have an agenda to follow, but I will kind of start things off by letting everybody know I'm new to YouTube and I don't really know what to do like on YouTube to get people to get the word out about these videos because there's people out there that have been talking about AI on YouTube for a while now, and I feel like their videos are not very good, but they're getting a lot of views. And all I can come to figure out is that I think that when people go publish videos on YouTube, the amount of views that they get in like the certain amount of time, and then how many people maybe share their video is going to help their video be seen by more people. So my ask for you, because I'm not charging you for any of this stuff you're about to see here tonight, and I'm going to show you some pretty crazy stuff, is if you like this, just feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so already to my channel, or like this video, and then feel free to share this video with a friend or share it on social media, because the more people we can get to show up to these things live over time, the more fun we're all going to have together. So that's kind of my ask for you is if you're enjoying this, as we're going through this, we'll have a lot of fun together. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And you all have access to this, by the way. When you go inside Aiville, here, just to show you, when you go into Aiville, if you go to AI tutorials, you will find that there's a tutorial right here that I just published called photo editing. And it says edit photos with Nano Banana. Yesterday, I did where I introduced Nano Banana with Google's new AI image generator. Every live stream I do, I put tutorials together where I have all the prompts, all the cheat codes, all of the step-by-step guides. Everything you need is here on the tutorial section inside of Aiville. So as we're going through this, if you're not yet a member of Aiville, you can join for free and try it out by just going to aiville.com or download the app. However you'd like to do it. But that is what you should do if you want to follow along with this tutorial. So starting off, the AI photo editor that everyone is talking about is, if you haven't figured out already, is Nano Banana. So Nano Banana just doesn't edit. It actually rewrites reality. And you can add, remove, or change anything that you see in images. You can forget tools and sliders. You just type in your idea, and you're really only limited by your imagination. I'm going to help you with that on today's live stream to really open up your imagination by giving you a lot of fun cheat codes and prompts that you can deal with. And why people are calling it the best AI editor ever is that it works for beginners and it works for pros instantly. There's no learning curve. There's no tutorials. It is faster than every AI image editor that's available as of right now, which is August 28th, 2025. And it'll really take you from messy to magical in seconds. You can turn ordinary shots into jaw dropping photos. Even bad lighting and blurry pics you can make cinematic. And it's really perfect for like family and travel and everyday snaps. And seven things that you probably don't know about Nano Banana, which again is this AI image editor, is that it wasn't even announced officially at first. The name came from users that were using it kind of in beta, not from Google itself, and it works faster than any other photo editor that's out there. It understands the 3D space inside of your photos, so you anything that you tell it that you want to change, whether it be a background or something that could be on a table somewhere, or somebody that is in the picture that shouldn't be in the picture. It really understands the 3D space better than anything that we've ever seen. You can blend objects from different pictures, and it's already in popular apps you might be using out there. And it is free today as of August 28th, but it's probably not going to be free forever because it's very expensive to be able to offer and run an AI image editor like this. So, how you can try Nano Banana for free right now? You actually have three options. So, option one is usually the most common. It's the easiest option. Is you can go to Gemini. So, if you're online, you can go to gemini.google.com, and then you can see it's actually right below me right now. I have it on the right side of your screen, and this is what it's going to look like. So, it'll just basically take you to Google Gemini. And then when you're here, you're going to see by default, it's going to be at 2.5 flash. That is 2.5 flash. When you do anything with images, that is the code name Nano Banana. If you're on your phone, and you can actually search for the Gemini app on the App Store, and this is what it's going to look like. There's a lot of people out there already making like scams and knockoffs and fakes. So don't fall for downloading an app that's not actually Google Gemini. Don't download an app that says Nano Banana or anything like that. You need to download an app that says Google Gemini. You'll know it's the right app because it has over 400,000 ratings. If you're on the App Store on the iPhone, it is number 5 in productivity. So make sure you're downloading the right app. And then option 2, there's third-party apps that are putting Nano Banana into it, but I wouldn't really recommend option 2 because it doesn't give you the full features and functionality, and it's actually going to limit your ability of how many edits you can do. So Firefly and Adobe Express has it, FreePic, Flux AI, LM Arena, Google AI Studio. Or option 3 is that inside of Aiville, just like we like to do with all top AI tools, we just added Nano Banana for all of our members, and you can get unlimited use with no hidden caps, and it's available for you right now in the AI Tools dashboard. So if you're a member and you go to Aiville, and then there's AI tutorials, you can click on AI Tools, and it'll take you to Nano Banana. And inside of Aiville, in addition to Nano Banana, you're also going to get access to all the top AI tools out there like ChatGPT, Gemini itself, Claude, DeepSeek, Grok, Perplexity, and just a whole lot more. So when you come in here, you can find Nano Banana. You would just click on it. It will take you directly to Nano Banana. And just how you would use it on Gemini, you can use it inside of Aiville. Now, for the sake of this live stream, I'm going to demo it directly on Google because I don't want to make this sound like it's some kind of pitch or anything for Aiville, because it's not. In Gemini, you can use it for free. With Aiville, you have to be a member. So I'm just going to use it for free for you on Google Gemini because I know that's how you're probably going to use it. But it's just know you're going to be very limited on how many edits you can do. And then eventually you're going to run out of edits, and then you're going to have to upgrade to a paid account on Gemini. So I didn't even take a minute to make sure that you can hear me and you can see me. So again, it's late right now, and I'm also a little sick. So if you see me drinking a lot of water out of my mason jar wine glass, it is because I have this weird fascination with like a lot of unique drinking glasses. So you're probably going to see a unique drinking glass every time I'm probably doing a live stream. But no, my youngest daughter, she was home from school today with a fever, and she has a sore throat, and everyone in the house is making fun of me because they're like, "Oh," because I'm like the dad where like when my daughter gets sick, all of a sudden I'm like, I feel like I'm getting sick, and then but the thing is I actually do get sick, and like my throat is killing me right now, and I am congested, and I don't have fever and body aches and all that stuff, but I swear to God, when somebody gets sick in our house, I'm like right behind them. So let me get this going here. So I just want to make sure that you all can hear me. So thank you. And Jessica, bless your heart. You're always the first person to tell me that I need to take care of myself. So thank you. I definitely do need to do a little more self care with things just to make sure that I'm good to go. Wendy says, "Is ChatGPT and AIville the same as ChatGPT? I've been paying $20 for." Yes, it is actually the same ChatGPT you've been paying $20 for. And that's the thing is, inside of AIville, again, I don't want to make this a whole thing about AIville because it's not. It's just Nano Banana and AI image editing is really popular right now inside of AIville and all of our communities, which is why I'm making this training today about it. But yeah, for your question, Wendy, if you ever want to use ChatGPT, you do not, if you're a member of AIville, you do not have to have a membership for any of these tools because inside of AIville, you just click on ChatGPT and you click on the AI models. Not only will you have the latest version of ChatGPT, you'll also have versions that are only available to developers, which I have a development team behind AIville, and we put versions of ChatGPT and other AI tools inside of AIville that nobody else gets access to. So, so yeah, thank you. Sorry, I didn't want to make this sound too, about AIville because that's not what the point of this is. But I do want to make sure that that you get your questions answered. So let's go ahead and get into this. And then if we have time at the end for questions, and if anyone has questions about anything related to anything you saw or didn't see, or just questions in general, let me know and I'll hang out until there's no more questions. So let's do your first AI photo edit with Nano Banana together. All you got to do here is you upload a photo that you actually care about. Okay, so with other AI tools, it's fun to generate images. That's not what we're doing on this live stream. We're going to edit your photos with AI. So you want to find a photo you want to edit. And then you think of like one simple change that you could make, like your hair, your background, your smile. Maybe you want your smile to be a little better. You can watch Nano Banana actually update it in seconds, and you can add more changes like one at a time until it really blows your mind. So to show you what I mean by that, I've actually put together 21 AI photo editing cheat codes for Nano Banana. So they're all right here, and you can take a look on the screen and see if any of these look of interest to you, because we're actually going to go through each and every one of these right now in this live stream. And then when we get through the bottom of these, we'll go into some FAQs, and then we'll just kind of close out the live stream. So, and thank you, Boxer Mom, saying I do have a question when you're done. Well, I have an answer for you when you're done. So starting off, cheat code number one. So I like to use the term cheat codes instead of prompts. I don't know why people invented the word prompt with AI, but I don't like it because what I like is I feel like using AI feels like you're playing a video game, because it can really do anything that you want to do, and you can have a lot of fun doing with it. And every time I'm using AI, I feel like I'm playing, like I'm having a good time. So when I was a kid, a lot of you that are on my live stream have been on my live stream before. You know what I'm about to show you. But when I was a kid, all this stuff right here behind me, this is all my original Nintendo, my Game Boy, all my favorite games, and all this stuff like here. One of the hardest games I've ever played is the original Legend of Zelda. And Legend of Zelda on the NES, it was just hard. So I asked Santa Claus one year to give me a Game Genie. If you don't know what a Game Genie is, it is a video game enhancer. So what you do is you take the Legend of Zelda video game, you plug it into the Game Genie, and then you plug the Game Genie into the Nintendo, and a magic menu pops up, and it gives you a ridiculous amount of cheat codes that makes the game way easier to play. So This is back when there was even magazines and stuff where I used to like want to go to Walgreens and like Walmart and stuff and like go to the magazine rack that showed me cheat codes and magazines. And we didn't have phones back then. You could like take pictures of stuff. So I was going there with like a pen and paper and writing down these like long cheat codes. But now the Game Genie, Santa brought it to me one year, and then it made life a lot easier. So what I'm going to do for you is that I want to give you cheat codes to how you can use Nano Banana to edit photos very easily with AI. So I like to use the term cheat codes, not prompts. So cheat code number 1. Imagine this is your Game Genie cheat code menu. If you want to change your hair color instantly, the cheat code is change the hair color to, and then insert color. So examples could be neon green, shiny metallic silver, fiery red and gold ombre, glow in the dark purple, diamond sparkle effect. I always want to give you a cheat code, but I also want to give you 5 examples just to kind of get your mind going, because it can be very difficult to, when you start using this, to really know what to tell it to do. So now this is where doing a live stream makes me very nervous. And this is when I start to sweat a little bit, not because there's a lot of lights around me, but because I'm about to experiment with these cheat codes live, and whether or not it works or not, we will find out. But the good news is for you is I'm the one testing it out, and then you can see if it works or not. So if it does, just know you have access to all these cheat codes inside of Aiville. When you go into Aiville, again, just go to AI tutorials, and it's this one right here, which is the photo editing tutorial, which is the one that we're going through right now. Okay, so starting off, I have went ahead and found I did most of my work today was preparing for this live stream for you. So I found very specific images. Some images are of me, of my family, of my daughters, or just random images that I found online at stock photo places to use for really good examples. So for all 21 cheat codes, I have 21 unique images that we're going to test out live. So very first one here is actually I think the best thing to do is maybe I put the image in. So you drag the image into Gemini, and then you're just going to say change hair color to, we'll say, rainbow. Okay. So we're going to wait for it to change the hair color to rainbow. But what we're going to do is have the original image up. And then when the new image shows up, I will download it and we will open it side by side, and we will see which image, if the image actually worked well or not. And then if it does, you now know this cheat code. We're essentially testing these cheat codes live to see how they work for you. And so here is the rainbow hair. So you can see the reason I chose this image was because I was trying to find a very difficult image where there's a lot of just a lot of strands of hair flying everywhere. Now, you're probably not going to have a crazy selfie like this where you're going to have hair flying all over in your face. But I wanted to use this image just to really test the capability of Nano Banana and with the AI image editing to see if it would actually work well or not. So this was a very difficult image coming right out of the gate. And if we were to vote on this, I would say it's probably a 9 out of 10 on how good it did. So the next one is going to be cheat code number 2, which is to remove annoying objects in the background. So the cheat code is remove unwanted object from the photo. An example could be a pile of laundry, your dirty dishes, dog toys. If you're like me in my office, I love the idea of having plants in like your office or in your house, but I feel like I kill them very quickly. I kill them faster than it takes me to get them. And so maybe you want some dead plants that you don't want in the picture, or maybe a bowl of ice cream. And if you're trying to eat healthy and then you have a picture and you have a big bowl of, some type of Haagen-Dazs ice cream, you don't want that in the picture. So let's go ahead and I'm going to copy the cheat code. I'm going to take the image from image number 2, which is cheat code number 2. And we will say, which this image is going to be, there's a lot of writing on the walls. Now, I thought it was writing on the walls until I'm looking at it right now. It's actually like artwork, but I thought the kids actually wrote on the walls, but they didn't. So let's go ahead and just, here, I'm going to take this image here and just move it down. And we're going to say remove, we'll say writing on the walls from the photo. And thank you, Wendy. By the way, anybody that as we're waiting, because there, I haven't even mentioned like how incredibly fast and how lucky we all are in this world of AI to be able to have this technology be so quick. It used to take minutes for something to happen like this that didn't come anywhere close to the quality that it's given us right now. But you can see it totally removed the writing on the walls. It changed the wall to tile, but it actually makes our wall a little bit better than it was before. But look at this. I mean, there was like papers that were curled over all of these bananas and stuff, and you wouldn't even know that that was even there. So what's really great with Nano Banana in this AI image editor is that it leaves all of the original stuff intact and it doesn't change the people. Where if you were trying to do this in Midjourney or Leonardo AI or Kling AI or anything else that is like a typical AI photo editor, it would not look anywhere near that good. So keep that in mind too. It keeps all of the original elements in place and doesn't add all these extra weird artifacts in. Next is going to be number 3, and this is to add high-end accessories to any outfit. So the cheat code could be add an accessory to this outfit. Some examples could be like a 10-carat diamond necklace, a solid gold Rolex, a pearl crown, giant emerald earrings, or platinum grills. I don't even know if you spell grills with a Z or not, but you know what? We're going to find out. So let me go ahead and start a new chat. And then I got for number 3, I got this picture right here. These are just stock photos I got off of a stock photo site that I have a membership to. So I do have rights to these. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull these in. And so I will say add, what was it? Platinum grills to the teeth for both of these people. Sorry if you hear me like sniffing and swallowing my snot and all that. It's because I'm not pretending to be sick. I am getting there for sure. So it says, oh, I'm just a language model. I can't help with that. So one thing that I did notice is that if you are when you're trying to be very descriptive about certain things that you want, there could be words that actually trigger it to not give you an output. So and this is where you almost have to play a guessing game. So you have to wonder, is grills the word that actually triggered it to not generate this? People, was that the word that triggered it to not want to generate that? So what sucks about this is you can argue with it and you can say, yes, you can. And then sometimes it might be like, oh yeah, totally, I can. It's like, do you have another image or request in mind? I'll just say, make our teeth have platinum grills. Maybe I won't use a Z, I'll use an S and see if it knows what that means. And because sometimes it might not even know what the heck you're talking about. So it looks like right now it says, there it goes. I argued with it a little bit and it says adding platinum grills to their teeth and it did it. So now let's go ahead and pull it up. And there are platinum grills now added to both of their teeth. And if you zoom in, that is pretty darn good for what it was supposed to do. And at first it was going to tell us, sorry, we can't do that. But that's where you just have to be a little bossy and say, yes, you can. And then just maybe describe it a little differently. Number 4 is you can try on designer clothes without shopping. So if you want to use an AI photo editor to try on designer clothes without shopping, the cheat code would be just change my outfit to a style or a brand. So an example, and this could be these are very basic cheat codes. You can stack these however you like. You could use more colors. You could use a specific model for something or a specific style code if you really know that. But you could just say change my outfit to a style or brand. So what is this? Cheat code number 4. So this is another just stock image that I got. So this is a girl here that looks like she's just enjoying her selfie. So we are going to say change my outfit to we'll say Louis Vuitton jacket. And see if, and again, we are testing this to actually see if it will give us a very accurate Louis Vuitton jacket. So using a brand name, using something that is trademarked, is Google Gemini in this AI image editor, also known as Nano Banana, will it give you a Louis Vuitton jacket without you having to actually go buy a Louis Vuitton jacket? And it looks like absolutely. Not only did it give you a Louis Vuitton jacket, but if you zoom in on the details of this, it is incredible, just how accurate it was with what it did, and even the texture of the jacket looks extremely high end. So and you just said Louis Vuitton. We said Louis Vuitton jacket, so we didn't say like change the shirt underneath, and you'll notice it did not change the shirt underneath. It didn't change her expression. It didn't change anything. Didn't even change the background. It just put the Louis Vuitton jacket on her. So very powerful stuff. And cheat code number 5, is to give yourself a perfect set of teeth or a new smile. So the cheat code can be change the expression to a smile type. So an example could be Hollywood red carpet smile, supermodel smile, perfectly straight white teeth, mischievous Joker grin, or golden tooth smile. So let's go ahead and take what was number 4 here. I was trying to find a funny picture here, and I'm going to get into real pictures, not just stock photos, but I don't have a lot of pictures of I don't take a lot of selfies where my smile is really weird or anything. So I had to go find some that were out there. So I said, so let's change this expression to a Hollywood smile and see what it will do. So it starts off where not the best smile. So let's say you took a group photo, and then somebody in the photo, maybe everybody's smiles look great, but then yours wasn't, or vice versa. You can actually change people's smiles in a photo, and so you can make subtle changes to photos instead of having to go open up how people used to open up like photo apps like Facetune and things like that. It looks like it completely changed her smile from this to a Hollywood smile. So it gave her perfect teeth. It gave her, it looked like if you just told her smile, it looks like a perfect smile. So you can have a lot of fun with this, and you can do a lot of crazy things with this. And it's borderline terrifying because it's really taken away from all of the original pictures it's kind of taken away from all the bad pictures that people would have, but also there's so many photo apps out there already that people are spending so much time trying to get like a photo that looks kind of to like a 5 out of 10. They're trying to get it to like an 8 out of 10. Well, you can actually do that now with Nano Banana by just knowing how to properly use it and how to use the proper cheat codes. So, and thanks, Jessica, by saying pretty cool results. That is another thing. If you're watching this live, and also if you're watching the replay of this, feel free to leave in the live chat if you're here live, mention something. If you're watching the recording of this, leave a comment below, because I have the YouTube app on my phone. So when I get comments, they pop up on my phone, so I can see like what you're all saying, because I'm trying to really learn this YouTube thing. And I love feedback to see if you're enjoying this or not. Next would be number 6. You can add a celebrity next to you. So this is where it can be terrifying, and because of how accurate this can look. So you would say for the cheat code, add a celebrity standing beside me. So think of any celebrity, think of a photo that you might be in, or maybe you and somebody else might be in, or you and your friends might be in, and think of a celebrity you would like to have in the photo with you just for fun. And you could do this for just some social media clout. You can do it for some just social media engagement to get people wondering like, oh my God, how did you hang out with that person? Or where were you? And just to see what people say. And you could be like, oh, this is totally AI. I learned it from Chris. And they're like, who's Chris? And then you can drop the YouTube link if you'd like. Okay, so let's say add celebrity standing beside me. Let's say The Rock. So this was a gym photo I took whenever I was on a cruise. So I'm a big fan of tanning oil. I know it's not really the best thing for you to use, but I think it's fun. So I use a lot of tanning oil whenever I go on cruises or I'm just around a pool, and I felt like I had a really good tan going on. So that's why I took the selfie, and Also, I just worked out and I like to take pictures whenever I feel like I'm looking pretty good because then I like to go back and see like 5 years ago, I actually looked pretty good. How do I get back to looking like that again? So, uh, we're going to find out if it's actually going to put the rock next to me. Storybox Maker said, picture me with Chris Luck. That would be very interesting to see what it would come up with. I don't know if I'm a celebrity enough yet in this lifetime to know if it's going to put me next to you, but I thought that was pretty funny that you said that. Thank you. And can you show me the tutorial videos inside Aiville? Yeah, when once we're done actually doing the whole Nano Banana tutorial that I'm doing right now, I'll show you where all the other tutorials and stuff are inside of Aiville. So check this out. It changed. It definitely messed my face up a little bit because it moved my head up. But it other than that, it looks like now this is what's crazy. Okay, pay attention to the lighting. So I was trying to explain this to my daughters. Like I was trying to show them this stuff that I was doing, that I'm going to do tonight, which I'm doing right now with all of you and showing you photo editing. And they're like, oh, that looks Photoshopped. I'm like, this is 15-year-olds looking at this and thinking, oh, that's not real. But it's like, they don't understand like how far technology has come to be able to pull this off. So in just probably 11 seconds, I just had a picture of myself and then it just put the rock next to me. But not only did it put the rock next to me, but notice the direction of the light. So look at the light and how it's shining on my head, like the top of my hat, and then notice how it's also the light source is over here and it's coming in on the left side. It's like the perfect lighting. So it didn't just Photoshop him in there, and it just the color palette of my clothes and his clothes, it looked like he was realistically dropped in there. Now, I'm definitely not as tall as The Rock. He is taller than me, and it even figured out, yeah, he's probably a lot bigger and taller than me. So it is to me, it would be as really close to like a 1-to-1 clone than I could possibly imagine if The Rock was next to me in that picture. So, pretty crazy stuff. Number 7 out of 21 cheat codes is put yourself in a dream car. So the cheat code should be, show me getting into and then whatever kind of car you want. Now this could be really fun for my 15-year-old that is going through her driving classes and stuff now, and she's going to be getting a car next year. So I was thinking she loves F1 and Max Verstappen, and with the Red Bull car, so I put that in there. You could say, show me getting into Max Verstappen's Red Bull F1 car, or a pink Bugatti Chiron, or a Batmobile from The Dark Knight, or a red H1 Hummer, or DeLorean from Back to the Future. So these are, again, just examples. So what number did I say we're on? 7? Okay, so I'm just taking a photo that I have of her that was in our living room, and I'm just going to say, show me getting into we will do something totally not her at all, but we will say Batmobile from The Dark Knight, because I haven't actually tested this one, and I'm curious if it's accurate on the actual Batmobile from The Dark Knight. So we will find out. This is where I like to just kind of test it out. So this is my oldest daughter, Callie, that is 15 at the moment, and we are going to find out if it's going to make her get into the Batmobile from The Dark Knight. And as we're waiting, and by the way, the picture's already ready. So before I can even finish like 2 or 3 sentences, the picture's usually done. But I will take a look at the chat in between the picture generations and just see what you all are saying that are here live. So Chip Sanity said earlier today would not let me use Walter White or Tony Soprano. We will try that. I like that you said Walter White because I actually want to go back and watch Breaking Bad. I thought that was a really cool show. Okay, so we're going to see if she's going to get into the Batmobile from Dark Knight. And pretty close. Her face is a little off, but this is in 11 seconds for it to generate something like this is absolutely incredible. That is the Batmobile from The Dark Knight, and it put it in a setting that is in a parking garage with the proper lighting. She has if you looked close enough, you would see it actually has her watch on, her bracelets on, her jeans, her hair is styled exactly the way it was. Her face is just a little bit off, But for 11 seconds in, and this is, I believe we're on day 2 of this AI photo editor even being released to the public. This is pretty mind blowing stuff. So, moving on to number 8, you can swap out your outfit colors. So the cheat code can be change my outfit to, or outfit color to, and then put in a color. So you could say liquid gold, electric neon pink, transparent glass. Might want to be careful with that one because I don't know what show under the transparency. Chrome silver or glowing LED pattern. So let's go ahead and start a new. This is what I've been doing in Gemini, by the way. I just go and create a new chat. Same as if you were using, if you want to use this, just Nano Banana as is inside of Aiville, you would just come in here and then you would just use it directly here. Same idea. You just drag the pictures in here. And if you want to create a new chat, you click on chat history and then you're just going to say start new chat and it goes right to new chat. So very similar to Gemini, actually kind of easier. But again, I don't want to make this all about Aiville. I want to make this about the actual tool that we're using. But okay, so what number are we on? Number 8. So we're going to drag my other daughter in here and we'll say change my outfit color to pink. We'll say pink and purple LEDs. Okay, so we'll see what this does. So this is my youngest daughter, Cammie, that is 13, and she is the one that was sick today with a fever and was home from school and missed softball, and then I magically got sick today too because of her. So we will see what she looks like in an LED, a pink and there you go, pink and yellow. What did I say? Pink and purple LEDs. So did it just kind of put exactly what I asked it to do. But if I want to change, let's say her top to, I don't know, neon green, we'll say change. I have found, by the way, when you are putting in prompts and cheat codes, don't say words like her or him or they. Use words like my, me, I, us, because then I think it's going to imagine that you were the person in the photo instead of you altering other people's photos. I found that to be a good little hack. So you could say, change my shirt to neon purple. And then just see if it'll actually change the shirt. Now, it's probably going to keep the LEDs there because I didn't say remove the LEDs. But this is where you can start stacking your cheat codes one on another and just start with a very simple request, and then you start adding more to it. And sure enough, it changed it to purple. So it didn't change anything else. Now, it did keep the LEDs there from the last request, but you can see it kept everything exactly as is. Actually made the lighting a little better, to be honest. So pretty incredible stuff. Okay. As we're going through this, we're up to number 9 now. And again, I have 21 of them. If you want to take a break and take a look at everything that you have coming up that you're about to see, you're going to see what is coming up in this live stream. But let me know really quick, just in the chat, on like a 1 to 10, how do you like the pace of this live stream? And how do you like the pace, I guess, everything that's going on, the pace, what you're learning, and all of that, because it's about when I go halfway through these live streams, I like to take a break and just take a sip of my water, but then also just do a little check, like a live stream check, to make sure that I'm doing what I'm doing okay. Because if I'm not doing okay, and if I'm going too slow, or if I'm boring the hell out of you, let me know, because then I know how to make my live streams better next time. That's the only way I'm going to get better, is have some constructive criticism. And it feels very awkward to be able to ask for you to tell me if I'm doing terrible or not. Because if there's people out there that's going to tell me it's okay. I'm a 44-year young grown adult, so I could take it if it's bad. So Jessica says 10. Boxer Mom says love it. Thank you. The pace is great. I can follow. I really like this time a lot. Good. That all helps me out, because I just don't know if who likes things during the day or at night. So thank you, Chip Sanity, for 10. The eye and meat cheat was gold. Yeah, I've discovered that by doing a lot of AI photo editing on my own, and I didn't even think to put it in the tutorial. And that's what's really good about doing live streams like this, is something about me is I probably have like ADHD or something, but I just never got it looked at, because I'll be like working I'll be very dialed in and zoned in on like what we're doing right now. Then all of a sudden I might get some crazy idea out of the corner of my brain, but it is relevant to what we're talking about. And then I will quickly throw it in there, but it won't get us off track, but I'll like pull it out of the air and then throw it in, and then we'll get right back to what we're doing. So I don't know what that's called, but I do have whatever that whatever that disorder is, because I do it often, and I catch myself doing it often. When I go back and watch the recordings of these, I'm like, oh my god, I was kind of getting off track there for a minute. Okay, so next is going to be cheat code number 9 for using Nano Banana, which, if you're just tuning in, it's an AI image or AI photo editor. You can recreate yourself at a different age. I tried this yesterday. It didn't work great, but we're going to try it again. So you can say, make me look, and then put in an age, years old. So you could say, make me look uh, like a baby in diapers, a teen rock star, a 50-year-old CEO, a 90-year-old yoga master, or a 150-year-old time traveler, like whatever it is you want. So let's go ahead and say, make me look, and then let's say, make me look like a 90-year-old yogi master. And then from there, we will, a master, years old. That is wrong. So just a 90-year-old yogi master. We also need to pull in the photo. So let's go ahead and pull in the photo, and it is going to be this one right here, which I was trying to find just a photo that was just a really good selfie style photo, because I was trying to see photos that some of you might be doing, and this is a really, really good one too that looks kind of, I don't know, very photo-esque, I guess. So we're going to find, I guess I should pull it up so you can actually see what it looks like. Okay, so that is the photo. So I just said, make me look like a 90-year-old I don't know if you call it a yoga master or yogi master, but I think people use both. But there we go. Here's what that person looks like as a 90-year-old yoga master. Yeah, I kind of use both words together, yogi master. So you can have fun playing with age filters if you like. The number 10 is you can add tattoos without regret. So the cheat code here is you can add a tattoo style to any of your body parts you choose. And you can make the tattoos, obviously, any tattoo you want, but like a dragon breathing fire, a whole sleeve on your arm, a glow-in-the-dark tribal pattern, angel wings across your back, a biomechanical robot arm, a full-face samurai mask, whatever you want to do. So here, let's have fun with this one. So we will say, what number are we on? 10? So I got a picture for number 10 here. So this is my wife and I at the Versace mansion in, where was that? Wasn't Malibu, Miami. So I'll say add a full face tattoo. Or let's say full, you know what? I'll just say add. I'll change up the whole prompt or the whole cheat code together. I'll say make. I'm going to see if it does if I say his face, because I don't know if it's going to know which one's me if I say make my face. So I'll say make his face have tattoos exactly like Post Malone's face tattoos. And then we'll see if it takes my face from our selfie here and my selfie, and then, well, not selfie, my photo with my beautiful wife at the Versace mansion, if it puts Post Malone tattoos on my face. And it just pretty much replaced my face with Post Malone. So that probably was a bad example. But I was just wondering if it would do it. But it kind of, kept my hairline and everything about the same. But and it gave me, totally messed up my face. But that maybe wouldn't be the best thing, is to make it look like Post Malone, because it's just doing a face swap there. So maybe don't do the full face, but if you want to just put a little butterfly tattoo on your arm or something, maybe that would be the better approach. So, moving on down, number 11 is to drop yourself into famous landmarks. So the cheat code can be to replace the background with a landmark. An example could be like the Kentucky Derby, inside the pyramids, standing on Mount Everest, leaning on the Eiffel Tower, floating at the Taj Mahal Lake. So whatever you think would be fun to surprise your friends with, or if you want to play a prank on somebody, or put it on Facebook, and then people go crazy like, "Oh my God, you were there! I can't believe it." You can have fun with it. So we'll go ahead and take my oldest daughter, Callie, here. That it was a picture where they took it in front of just like this background because they were going to do it for like professional photos with we like putting her on a poster and stuff. So we'll just say replace the background with the Kentucky Derby grounds, and then see if it'll actually replace it with the Kentucky Derby grounds. So again, let me know in the chat how everything is going, because I would be appreciative to see how this is going. It says, here's the image with the background replaced by the Kentucky Derby grounds. So let's go ahead and download the image and put it side by side. And not too bad. It's exactly what I asked for, was to put it in front of the Kentucky Derby grounds. So it looks like there's an actual race going on in the background, and it doesn't look photoshopped, is what's crazy. It actually did everything it was supposed to do with the lighting, the image saturation, the colorization, everything, where it looks like she's just kind of walking by at the Kentucky Derby grounds. So pretty crazy stuff. So again, I asked on a 1 to 10 earlier, and I just looked and there's a lot of 10s that came in. So thank you for all that. We're on to number 12. And I just realized someone remind me, I got to take medicine before I go to bed. It's like almost 10 o'clock here. And before I go to bed, I need to make sure that I've got medicine in my body, because I'm feeling it right now. Number 12, add makeup that looks pro studio done. So the cheat code can be apply makeup to the face. Now, I don't know anything about makeup, so I don't know really the best thing to do here. So I just said Cleopatra gold eyeshadow, vampire, gothic look, neon festival glow, crystal encrusted lashes, or cyberpunk holographic style makeup. So let's go ahead and find cheat code number 12's picture. And this is going to be one of my wife and I on a night out. So I will say, not replace the background. We are going to replace apply. We'll do cyberpunk holographic style makeup on her. And then we will see if it actually did holographic cyberpunk makeup on my wife in our selfie picture. And I believe we were at like a rooftop sushi place in St. Louis on this one. And okay, so it's kind of crazy that this one didn't really turn out like I was thinking, but it did exactly what I asked. It just put holographic cyberpunk makeup on her. So again, I'm not a makeup person, so I don't know the best way to describe makeup. It actually did really good lipstick. I could just say, let's say, just give her longer eyelashes. Let's just play with that, because I feel like that was a terrible example. So let's just say, give her longer eyelashes, but not too crazy. And we will see what comes up. So Wendy said Mount Rushmore. Thanks, Boxer Mom. Well, I hope you meant to put a 1 in front of all the zeros on how things are going. So, okay, this was good. So, all right. So it did give her a little bit longer eyelashes. And this actually looks realistic. So no eyelashes on the left. Well, I'm sorry, she does have eyelashes, but smaller eyelashes on the left and then longer eyelashes on the right. So it was just a subtle enough effect that you wouldn't really stop and stare at it and be like, nah, that's photoshopped. But that was really cool. And it was real simple. And this is what's really crazy, as with like Nano Banana in this AI image editor, you don't have to worry about using any fancy tools anymore for anything that do specific things like Facetune or something that would smooth your skin out, because like this will do absolutely everything. And it's like an all-in-one, it's like a God tool, like a God mode tool for image editing. You can put pets in costumes without the drama. So you can just say, put a costume on my pet. You can say Darth Vader outfit, hot dog bun costume, unicorn onesie, Elvis jumpsuit, or an inflatable cow costume. I came up with the inflatable cow costume because my daughter, oldest daughter, Callie, she had her and her friend did inflatable cows on Halloween last year. So we'll say put an inflatable cow costume on my pet. And this picture was actually taken yesterday. So I took my dog Minnie out for a walk during the sunset, and I saw this little patch of grass. I was like, oh, that'd be a good picture. Because now I'm trying to think of like what kind of pictures can I take that I can actually use on these live streams to actually, instead of showing you a bunch of unrealistic stock photography shots, actually show you what real shots could look like that you could actually just take with your own camera. And that's what we're attempting to do. So Michael says 2-dimensional image to 3D. That's a good idea. We can experiment with that for sure. Right now, I want to definitely get through all of the examples that we're doing, and then if we have more time, we can experiment. So I did notice this too with Nano Banana. Sometimes it'll say, "Here you go, your pet inflatable cow costume," but it didn't do it. So then you have to say, "I can't see the image. Give it to me again, please." And it's like, okay, just a sec. And then it'll get back. Thank you for saying you're a good and truthful person, Chris. I believe that everybody out there should be true and truthful, good and truthful, true and truthful, good and truthful, because again, part of the whole reason of doing this live stream and just doing this YouTube channel is because I consume a lot of YouTube content every single day, especially on AI. And then being the creator of the largest AI community out there, I see a lot of stuff. And then there's a lot of people out there that are just, I hate to say it, but they're just kind of fake. They do a lot of over editing on their videos. They're all talking about the same stuff. When a new tool comes out, they like try to just game the algorithm by making these videos that like show up at the top of the results, but they're all just saying, hey, here's a new tool, here's all kinds of cool stuff I can do, but you don't actually get to see them use it because they're not actually using the tools themselves. They're all copying examples from each other's videos, and I don't like that. So I actually need to learn how to use these tools anyway. So as I'm learning how to use these tools, I figure I'll just go live, and whoever wants to show up live and watch me kind of play around with these, I'm improving my skill set, and hopefully you're improving your skill set too by just hanging out with me. And I invite you to go to Gemini right now, gemini.google.com, and you can do this stuff for free on your own as well. You only have so many generations, I think, using it, but you might as well try it if you want. this is really good. Okay, so I asked for it to give my my dog an inflatable cow costume, and it totally did. It put an inflatable cow costume that looks exactly like the type of cow costume that my daughter had, and put it on her. So this would be a fun thing where I just took this picture yesterday, and I could put the inflatable cow costume on. Then, so the next stage could be, I'm going to actually take this image and we're just going to have fun with it and add more layers to it just because I want to do it. And I'm going to use it for a Facebook post and be like, Halloween's just around the corner, or I'll come up with something like this, and people just go nuts and they'll be like, oh my God, where'd you get that costume? So we'll play with that. Yeah, I appreciate that you say that I'm sick and still streaming, because it is this is very hard, but I'm committing to go and stream. I'm trying to commit to streaming as much as I can. I don't want to start a YouTube channel and say I'm going to stream almost every day of the week, and then stuff starts happening and I don't show up. So I'm trying to show up as much as I can. Okay, this was a fun one. So next is you can instantly clear acne or skin blemishes. So the cheat code can be remove the blemish or skin issue from the face. Examples could be like pimples, pimple on my cheek, moles, freckles, a scratch. I went and found, I was trying to find a good image. Was this number 14? Yeah, number 14. I wanted to find an image where it was a pretty high quality, high resolution image of like, it was a stock photo of someone that just had some skin issues. So I went ahead and put remove let's say blemishes from, instead of the face, we're going to say my face, because then it's going to think that it's me that's doing this. Now, I tried doing a couple different kind of cheat codes earlier today to test this out, and I could not get it to actually give me an output, but we're going to try it here. So you can see this is just a photo that we're going to try to see if it clears it up. This is where you would pay a photographer to try to do this for you, or download certain apps that would do it for you. And you can see right here, it just removed all the blemishes from his face in less than the amount of time it took me to describe what the hell's going on. So that is the power of Nano Banana in terms of just doing, face removal stuff. Oliver, it's okay. You have to go. 5 a.m. does come early. I'm going to try to get to the gym very early myself. So I'm going to be wrapping up here soon. Looks like we're on number 14. When we get to number 21, we have a couple FAQs, and then, yeah, we will wrap it up. So Oliver, thank you for taking the time to show up here. And I always smile every time I see your pictures show up, because that's a great YouTube picture. So have a good night, Oliver, and anyone else watching this, because I appreciate all of your time for taking the time out of your evening to be here with me. So next is we're going to add food to the table that you didn't order. So you could just say add a food item to the table. Some examples could be giant turkey leg, towering ice cream sundae. You get the idea. So we are on number 15 here. So let's go ahead and create a new. I always create new chats for all of these because I just always want to start with like a fresh thing here. Thank you, Cool Bonuses, by saying you're kicking a $sign, not $sign, because I need to hear that sometimes, because I don't know if I'm doing good or not, because that's why I always ask like how I'm doing, because you want to know how weird it is. The hardest thing that I ever had to do in life is what I'm doing right now, is sitting in my basement, in my office, with a hoodie on, with lights on me. I'm sweating. I'm tired. I'm sick. My family's asleep. And I'm talking to myself on the internet about how to edit videos with AI using something called Nano Banana. Like where how did this even happen? And what am I doing? But I'm doing it because why not? Because AI is insane. And that's why I created an AI community. Is I feel like I'm going a little crazy now, and I didn't even take my NyQuil yet. But just stuff that's going on in the AI community right now is insane. And I figure I just have to be here to show it off to everyone. Okay, so we'll say we'll just say a giant chocolate fountain to the table. So this is just, I didn't have a picture of a table with food on it, but I found a selfie of a guy, a grandpa, taking a picture of, looks like a Thanksgiving dinner. And you can see, why I chose this picture is because there's a little bit of a blur going on in the background. So I'm wondering, how accurate can Nano Banana pick up the fact that there's a little bit of defocusing going on? And can it put a chocolate fountain on there with the defocusing and look realistic and not photoshopped? So here we go. What do you think? That is pretty ridiculous. It put a chocolate fountain in the background. Not only did it kind of nailed the 3D essence of the background bokeh blurs and everything, it put strawberries and these monster skewers in people's hands to dip in the chocolate fountain. I didn't even tell it to do that, but if we zoom in enough, it even blurred out the skewers to match the blur effect of the background of the rest of the scene. This is stuff that I can't even come up with words to describe how incredible this really is. And thank you, by Duncan, by saying it's really helpful and educational. Love putting what you teach to work. I appreciate that. That's the big reason why I'm here, because I like to, the way that I learn and get better at skills like this is to learn and teach at the same time. So I look at what's going on right now as like a perfect storm for me, because I'm learning and applying stuff every day to my life and with building Aiville, the AI community. And as I'm doing it, I figure, what the hell? Why not just like go live when I'm in my office at home doing this stuff, and then just kind of experiment and have fun together. And then I give you all the agenda later. You can go back and look through these cheat codes on your own. And so far, it looks like it's working out because you're all enjoying it. So thanks, and keep all those coming in. Man, I really need some medicine. Number 16, create matching outfits for family photos. So a cheat code could be change everyone's outfit to a matching style. So you can use like Marvel superhero costumes, astronaut suits, royal king and queen outfits, 80s rock band look, 90s grunge. You pick your poison. So we are on I went back to my family on this one. So this is just a picture on a deck. So I'm just going to say change everyone's outfit to matching 90s grunge. And then we will see if it understands what matching 90s grunge is, and if it's going to put us all in this outfit. It looks like I missed the family memo that I needed to wear a blue shirt on this day, because it looks like they're all wearing blue, but I got a little bit of blue on my hat. So, but we're going to see if AI doesn't care and is just going to put us in 90s grunge. And there we go. Totally screwed up my face, made everyone else's face look okay. It looks like my youngest daughter got really serious because she looks like she's kind of going more emo. But this is a cool vibe that it did on Callie, my 15-year-old. I gave her like this Nirvana shirt that was spelt wrong. But yeah, it's a very 90s grunge. But everyone else looks good. Wife looks great in all black and all that. So anyway, I kind of like this more now, though, especially my face. I don't know why it keeps screwing up my face. Number 17, cheat code number 17 for Nano Banana is to add holiday decorations anytime. So here, the cheat code can be just add a holiday decoration to your photo. Hopefully, you're going to be realizing how simple this is. And hopefully giving you all these ideas. Not only do you need to, you can do this with Nano Banana, but you can do this. You can really level up your skill with just talking to AI and doing it in the right way. So for adding a holiday decoration, I'm going to go back to the photo I took yesterday with my dog, Minnie, and we'll say, nope, not change everyone's outfit. Let's copy this one that says add holiday decoration to the photo. Add a bunch of Christmas trees with ornaments to the photo. And I'm going to spell Christmas wrong, I think. No? I don't know. Maybe it needs to be a capital C. Because I'm wondering, because it said I misspelled it, but yeah, maybe it's Christmas supposed to have capital C. Sitting in a giant menorah. I would love to hear that, like, what kind of stuff you all are thinking about doing. Like, how are you going to be using this tool? Tell me. Like, I would just be kind of curious how you're going to be using this. I know what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking everyday photos that I'm going to stage, knowing I'm going to add a little bit of AI twist to them. And I'm going to think of, like, before I take a photo, I'm going to think of what kind of twist can I put on this with AI, specifically to put on Facebook to get people's attention for something that I really want to try to say. That's how I'm going to be doing it. Okay, so let's see if I put Christmas trees in here. And it did exactly that. It looks like she was sitting in the middle of this grassy pasture with a bunch of Christmas trees with ornaments. So again, there is not anything that I have come across yet with this tool that it cannot do. And I like to look at what I'm showing you and teaching you to be very beginner level, like on a 1 to 10 rating, and 10 being the most difficult thing you can do with this. I like to say we're going to maybe be scratching a 3 in terms of difficulty. There's a lot more advanced stuff you can do with this, but the whole idea right now is just to open your mind to what's possible with Nano Banana, so you can start kind of having fun with it. And then if you all like this, depending on likes, subscribes, shares that I get from this live stream. Like, again, if you're watching this right now, and if you haven't clicked the share button and shared it on Facebook and said, "Oh my God, my mind's being blown right now," do that. That could really help me out, and it could help all of us out together because it might bring more people into this live stream. Okay, so the next one, you use this at your own will. Remove X's from old photos. So let's say you have some really good photos that you're on vacation doing something with an X. You can just say remove and then person from the photo. So it could be an X at prom night, at a wedding, on vacation, on graduation. So let's say I don't have a picture of any X's. So I should say fortunately. So I'm going to say just remove the guy from this photo. So I just typed in I went to a stock photography site and just typed in like happy couple on vacation. And then I found this where it looked like it was a selfie. So we will see if it is going to remove the guy from the photo. So let's see if it did. And it totally did. So let's say this is you. You're the girl and you're on vacation and you thought this is a great shot, but you can't stand your ex that is taking the picture. You can just say, remove him from the photo. And then there you go. He's no longer in the photo. You're just having a nice little picture taken while you were about to climb this waterfall. So again, use that at your own discretion, but it's insane what you can do with this kind of stuff. Got 3 more here, and then I'm going to take another look at the chat and see what you all are going to be doing with this. If you haven't told me already, let me know. What do you plan on doing with Nano Banana and AI photo editing in general from what you're learning right now? Next is you can make a backyard look like a resort. The cheat code is to transform the backyard into a vacation style. You can do like an infinity pool in Bali, a Greek cliffside villa, a Hawaiian beach hut, Moroccan palace garden, Maldives overwater bungalow. Your choice. So I just found a random picture. I tried to find a picture that was very detailed and then see what we could do with it. So I'm going to say transform the backyard into I'm just going to say winter wonderland. Since we're kind of on the Christmas theme here earlier, it's like we skipped fall altogether and just went with Christmas. So I don't know if you'd even call this a backyard or call this a front yard, but I wanted to find something with just a lot of texture and a lot of details in it and see what it would do. And it looks like it totally took that yard, didn't change the house at all. It didn't even change the garden, but it made some things look dead because it was like winter, but it definitely changed it to a winter wonderland. So before, after. Pretty insane. Next up on the chopping block is we're going to add jaw-dropping sky effects. I think this one's really fun because I am a sucker for a good sunset. And the cheat code here would be to replace the sky with an effect. Examples could be northern lights, meteor shower, double rainbow, galaxy full of stars, a dragon-shaped fireworks. I think northern lights would be cool. So let's find a photo that I took here of just some kids playing wiffle ball with some like siblings and stuff at a park. So we are going to say replace the sky with the northern lights. So this is a real photo that I took, but just so you can see like how an outside photo would be. So I took this photo because I just love seeing like, our kids playing, softball and wiffle ball, like in a park with other kids, just, because they're kids. And it's like, it was also a really nice sunset. So if we wanted to say, hey, did anyone see the northern lights tonight? And then you post that on Facebook, people will just be like, what, where was that at? Where were you at? And then you just get a ridiculous amount of engagement and be like, gotcha, AI is crazy. Go check out this YouTube video. And then you talk about where you're learning this. Last is number 21. And this is to transform yourself into a cartoon. I'm ending on this one because I have not had the best of luck doing this. So we are going to find out if this is actually going to work this time or not. But this is where you could say like, turn this photo into a vibrant cartoon style. So what this would be example could be Pixar style cartoon, anime style, South Park style, Simpsons style, Disney style, whatever cartoon you can think of. So let's go ahead and take just a picture of my family at a softball tournament, and we will say, go back to the cheat code here, turn this photo into a vibrant, whatever cartoon style version. We will say Pixar style. I really like Pixar style cartoons, and I could not get this to work well earlier. So we're gonna find out if Nano Banana, which is the code name for Google Gemini 2.5 Flash image, actually does well with taking real photos and converting them into a cartoon. So we are going to download it, and then we're going to take a look really quick. So this was the original, and not too bad. I mean, I wouldn't really necessarily call it Pixar friendly, but I would say my vote is to not use Nano Banana for turning things into cartoons, because it just doesn't do a great job. Now, if you would try to describe something where you want it to generate a cartoon, Pixar style cartoon image, it does a great job doing that. But taking an existing photo and turning it into something that's very cartoon driven isn't the best. So yeah, Jessica agrees. She said, I have tried to do stylized cartoons type images, but it hasn't worked. I remember you mentioned, I think yesterday or the day before, Jessica, about doing coloring books and making coloring book pages and stuff. And I haven't tried that either, but we can try that here in a second to see if it would work. So actually, let's just try that right now, because I felt bad after the live stream yesterday that I didn't do that test because I forgot. So let's go ahead and go back to, lost my images. So let's go where my images go. Hang on a second. Here we can't find my images now. Well, never mind. Here we go. What's this one? No. Here's that softball one. Okay, so the softball one, I'll say, make this a black and white, thick lined cartoon or coloring book page. Okay, so it was already kind of like the cartoon style image, because I lost where I had all the images because I shut that when I'm like notorious for when I'm done with something, like if I'm done with a window or if I'm done with a browser window, I just close it out and I just move on. So I've lost where all the photos were. Now I think it did a pretty good job making it a coloring book, if I do say so myself. So whenever you do mention, you mentioned yesterday, Jessica, about doing coloring books, you can totally take an image and turn it into a coloring book. Now, I would maybe take it a step further. And for all of you that are just hanging out with me to the end, let me show you like a super cheat code on how to come up with the best prompts. So what I just showed you now were, again, like on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being very difficult. These would be like maybe a 2 or 3, because I want what I teach on my YouTube channel to be very beginner friendly, at least to start. But I want to also show you some little teasers of how you can come up with very, very, very detailed prompts. So before I get into that, I will say, because I'll close out with this, and then we'll just kind of have some fun for a second. So Nano Banana, it's just not a cool tool. It is really a movement. And all of you that are watching this right now are one of the few who really discovered this first. And the more of us that are here, the stronger we'll all become. So that being said, if you haven't done so already, my only ask is that if you could just share this live stream with your friends, like click the button to share the link and then just share it wherever you share it, on YouTube, or just say, just found this, super cool. You should all check it out, because every share will bring in new friends to our family on these live streams. And then I really want to thank you all for being here with us today. Now, I would say I'll see you tomorrow on the next AI breakthrough, but judging how I feel right now, I might take tomorrow and the weekend off because it is Labor Day and I'm going with the family we're going to go visit some friends. And yeah, I might take a few days off before I come back because I want to be fully recovered before we move into the next phase of everything I want to be teaching. But let's go ahead and just have some fun really quick. And I want to show you some advanced stuff now that we can kind of play around with. So if you are going to be using Nano Banana, that is obviously going to be in Gemini. Gemini is Google, and I recommend Gemini 2.5 Flash. Now, if, for instance, Jessica Carrie, that's here, and thank you for saying take care of yourself, enjoy the weekend. I definitely will. I will be back for sure no later than Tuesday because I know Monday is Labor Day, and I don't want to be hanging out here on YouTube on Labor Day, and I don't want anyone else to have to be hanging out and listening to me all day on Labor Day. So we should all just enjoy the day off. But regardless, I want you all to know that if you want to play around with this over the weekend and come up with your own prompts and your own like really fun things you can do, let's say you want, like Jessica really wants to make some coloring books and come up with some really good ideas for coloring books. What I'd recommend doing first is going to like Google Images and typing in coloring book pages. And then let's say there's a lot of different styles of coloring books, obviously, that you can do. I like to even have fun with this and I play around with the size and I say only show me large images because these are going to be like high quality images. Then find a style that you want your coloring book to be, or find a style that you just kind of want to make a page out of. So let's say this mosaic one's pretty intense. It's probably too intense for a coloring book, to be honest. Let's say like this little tiger one right here. I don't even know how you would describe the lines or anything like that. But so what I'll do is I'll pull this picture down to my computer. So I just clicked on the picture and pulled it down to my computer. Now I'll go back in Google Gemini. I'll pull the picture in and I will say, I don't know if it'd be listening to my microphone or not. When I'm trying to come up with prompt ideas, I don't like to type. I like to talk. And I'm going to see if this works. I haven't tried this yet. So we're actually going to try this live together. Use my microphone, say allow while visiting the site. Give me a advanced prompt for me to generate this exact style coloring book artwork from a live photo using Nano Banana. Okay. So we will see if this works. So it says, unfortunately, I can't generate this exact style artwork from a live photo. The image you provide is a coloring book drawing, which is a different medium from a live photograph. Style is not a filter, can be applied to a specific type of art. However, I can provide you the prompt to help you create a similar style coloring book artwork for any subject. Here's a prompt. So then it just gave me the exact prompt. Now what I would do is I would look at this prompt and I would tweak it to, if I want to take an actual image and then have the exact same coloring lines and the thicknesses and all, and it says like the line should be clean and bold in the style of a cartoon, detailed, the art should be on simplicity and cuteness, words like that are the words you would want to add into your prompt. And that's how I would come up with an exact prompt to get an exact output that I would want to achieve. And how I've learned how to do this was actually looking way back with, here, I'll unshare my screen for a minute so I can actually go to the site because I don't know if I have to log in or not. But Midjourney, no, I am logged in. So Midjourney, here, we're going to type in coloring book. Okay. Let me share my screen again. All right. So I went to Midjourney, and I know this has nothing to do with Nano Banana or anything, but you know what? That's what makes me a little bit different. I like to go off the cuff sometimes. So if you go to Midjourney, and I just typed in coloring book, and then find a style here that you like, what I used to do is before I would invent and come up with my own prompts for things, I would come here and find something that I already like And then let's say if you really like the details of like this kind of one right here, you can see the prompt by just clicking like on the right, and it says beautiful patterns, coloring book style, black and white colors only, strong outlines. So I'm looking for keywords to build my own prompt. So I would say, coloring book style, black and white, colors only, black and white colors only, strong outlines, beautiful patterns. Okay, so let's just say I like that style. So then this is where you just kind of play around a little. So now I'm going to create a new chat, and then I will pull in that photo again, and I will say, turn this photo into a coloring book or a page in a coloring book. Use beautiful patterns, coloring book style, black and white only, strong outlines. So then I don't have to come up with like what to put in here. I just kind of get inspired by what other people have already done and then go from there. And then if you see some other things, just click on them and then just read the prompts, because some of these prompts are really long and detailed. And then what you're looking for is just more words to describe exactly what it is that you want to put in your coloring book. So like bold black lines, minimal details, no shading, suitable for all ages. So like depending on how the output will come on what I just put in Google Gemini, I might go back and revise the prompt and just add these words like bold black lines, minimal details, no shading. But at first, we'll just see what this showed up with. So not a bad start, but I feel like that there's a lot of too much detail here. So I can say something like, use bolder lines, less detail, and all that kind of stuff. So I know that was a little off the cuff, but that is to make up from yesterday, Jessica, whenever you're asking if you could do coloring book pages. And I totally forgot to cover it. So there you go. Not only that, but then you kind of learn my little trick on how I'm coming up with these prompts to give all of you. I'm looking for ideas that I'm seeing all over the place. And mostly I'm coming up with these ideas from what is actually in Aiville and people that are using Aiville to just come up with crazy stuff in like our little art gallery. So thank you so much for all of you for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, if you haven't done so, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That'll help me out and make me want to keep coming back, because if I see people stop subscribing and liking videos and sharing my videos, and I'll be like, oh, well, I tried YouTube, but it didn't work out. But the more activity there is on these videos and the more people that watch them, the more I'll keep coming back. Otherwise, I'll just move on to my next thing. But I'm enjoying coming here. But the more people that are in here, the more fun it is. And I love seeing all your familiar faces, and thank you all for being here. So I'm going to take some medicine. I'm going to lay down, take it easy. I'm going to take off my hoodie and all that stuff. So thank you all for being here, and then have a great Labor Day weekend if you celebrate Labor Day weekend. And whether you do or not, I will be back early next week. Once you subscribe to my YouTube channel and you turn on notifications, you will get notified whenever I schedule up my next live stream. And when I do go live, you'll get notified that I went live. So if you don't want to miss these live streams, because you don't know what you're going to get anyway when you come to these, it's kind of a surprise, because I don't really know exactly what I'm going to be teaching either until we're here. But if you like that, then definitely subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you all next time. So bye for now, and thank you so much for taking some time to spend with me. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I'll see you soon.